get your degree in Indiana, you compete, earn a commission, you can become an active duty National Guard or a reserve officer. For example, our current senior class of 19, 16 of those 19 seniors are active duty commissioned officers. 16 got their number one choice branch and service after they graduated from ROTC and from Indiana University. The other 3 are National Guard and Reserve officers by choice.
Balancing school and ROTC, it never really was that much of a problem. The way the program is set up, the curriculum kind of builds each year.
The teachers here at IU, they're very flexible with your schedule through ROTC, and training through the ROTC, they're also very flexible, so both kind of mesh together pretty well.
ROTC takes a lot of my time. Balancing them is a difficult task, and it's something that it takes practice, but you need to set priorities.
The cadre have helped me prepare to leave school by letting us know the ins and outs of the military.
They've been giving me a lot of information. I branched aviation, and so our lieutenant colonel is a aviation officer. So he's been giving me advice and information on what to expect when I go to flight school, process that I'll be going through, and things like that.
The bonds that I formed in school through ROTC will follow me throughout my career. There's no question about that. Most of us are getting stationed at the same post, so a couple of us will be seeing each other throughout our careers.
I think that within our class, I think we're going to be talking to each other for years on past ROTC.
Their senior year, they have lead in helping training and preparing the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors for the military leadership skills they will need to develop and demonstrate.
The number one skill is physical fitness. To be a leader in the military, you have to lead from the front. You have to set the example, and fitness is definitely a skill needed to be mastered.
Our leadership development assessment course is kind of the keystone of ROTC. It doesn't really train on kind of real world tactics that are being used in Afghanistan and Iraq. It's more geared to evaluate the potential of a leader.
The transition. The first thing that's apparent to you when you graduate from ROTC, you go from being a part-time soldier to a full-time soldier, particularly if you get active duty, where you're not trying to balance academics and for your free social time and military training. You go full-time.
The biggest difference between being in school and in the service is going to be probably the schedule and the regiment and how routine everything gets.
The time commitment. At school, your hours are pretty set. You have a set schedule. You go to school from 9 to 3. In the Army, it's not as structured as that.
It becomes pretty clear those that can focus and execute on minimum guidance, i.e. what we call end state. You get the commander's intent. When you can take the commander's intent and focus and execute to achieve that desired end state that you've been tasked to achieve, it becomes very clear that an individual is ready to go on to be a leader of our nation's sons and daughters.
I'll be stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky with the 101st Airborne Division.
I don't currently know where I'm going to be stationed at, but where you're stationed at is based on how you rank with other cadets.
My first choice was Fort Carson, Colorado, and Colorado Springs. That's my first.
Am I ready to become an officer? Absolutely.
I'm definitely ready to become an officer. I've waited 4 years now, so it's just a matter of time before I get out there.
If you had the opportunity to spend a day or a week in my shoes and have the privilege of seeing the strength of character, the discipline, the intellectual aptitude, the athletic capabilities of these youngsters, you would sleep very well at night knowing, regardless of what you see in the evening news, we within the Army, within the armed forces, are still getting the best and brightest our country has to offer to serve and lead our nation and our sons and daughters.